In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the 6'10 athletic finisher build that's going to give you Hall of Fame Limitless Takeoff. Yes, Hall of Fame Limitless Takeoff on the 6'10. Now, we're already in the build. I'm not going to waste too much time. But there is one thing interesting about the 6'10 height, though, in my opinion. It's like an extinct build now. I don't see a lot of 6'10s in the rec anymore, which is kind of sad. I think everyone is either going like 6'9 or 6'11 and 7 foot plus. Like, I actually don't physically run into a lot of 6'10s anymore, but I think it's a very good build. And don't get me wrong, like I get the appeal of the 6'9. I would also make a 6'9 over a 6'10, but that doesn't take away the fact that the 6'10s are a good build. You're tall, you can move, you have the ball handling of a guard to a certain extent. I think the biggest difference on the 6'10 and the 6'9 is the 6'9s can get that Michael Jordan dribble style, which is the most overpowered dribble style in the game. And 2K is smart, because if this 2K allowed the 6'10s to be able to get a Michael Jordan dribble style, forget it, bro. Everyone's going to be making 6'10 builds. But anyways, here we are with the 6'10. We're going to go minimum weight, max wingspan on this. We are going to be a slasher. We're not trying to lie to anyone right here. But this is basically, to a certain extent as well, a catfish build. Just because, you're called an athletic finisher, right? And everyone's going to assume that you can't shoot. I don't know why people always assume that you can't shoot. But, people are like that. But we're going to come back to the finishing in a second. Let's just talk about the other parts of this game. This is a very all-around build. You have very good shooting. So this shooting is more, like, you have to understand, with a build like this, you want to predominantly slash. You don't want to try to do anything fancy. Your goal is to slash. And it's going to get to a certain point where your matchup is just going to play you way too low. And if that happens, you just want to be able to make sure you can hit your shots consistently on catch and shoot, step backs, moves. And with the 78 3 ball, most of my builds, I've got 6'10s with a 76, and I'm hitting consistently. So with a 78, you're not going to have any issues at all. And if you really want that silver catch and shoot, if you want to, you can put your +1 on the shooting, which gives you 16 badges, and then you can put that to your towards your catch and shoot. When it comes to the playmaking, I actually made another version of this build that had an 80 pass, but it wasn't really worth it because you only get one more playmaking badge points at 19. So I just figured out, like, I could lower the passing to a 76. You still get, a very good amount of badge spread for your playmaking, and you have a very good ball handle on this build. Okay, you have this is pretty much the max. The max is 81, but what's the point of going 81? Like, you literally just go 80 and get most of the animations in the game. And for your speed with ball, this is more for your playmaking badges. I would actually recommend you guys use the pro dribble style. I know a lot of people that have this, build, or they have the 65 speed with ball, they always tend to go for the Joel Embiid. I personally find that the Joel Embiid is not as good as the pro dribble style. I think the pro dribble style is the closest you're going to get to the Michael Jordan dribble style. Don't get me wrong, the Michael Jordan dribble style is untouched. But for a tall build, if you're like 6'10 and above, 6'10, 6'11, 7 foot, 7'1, 7'2, 7'3, I think the pro dribble style is the closest thing you're going to be able to get in order to be able to move around freely when you're dribbling. And when it comes to the defense, listen, you got very good defense. You have 80 perimeter defense on a 6'10 build. You have an 82 steal, so you'll be able to get, blocks. If guys are driving by, you can literally shade and get the steal. You have an 81 block. Now, I don't know why people think 81 block is very low. Like, I have builds with 81 block, and I'm chasing dudes down. Like, I'm blocking guys. You have bronze anchor. You're gonna be fine. Like, you're not the main center on the team. You're basically a slashing demon. Now, I always put, this is my personal play style. Now, if you guys really don't care about having a high offensive rebound, you can always put this down. But also, if you really think about it, right, you're gonna be slashing a lot, which basically means sometimes you're going to be contested, and sometimes you might miss your shot. And if that happens, you want to make sure you want to get your ball back, So having that offensive rebound is going to really help you, not just because it's my play style, but also it's just the build's play style. I think for a lot of slashers, I would always recommend having a good offensive rebound, because you're going to be slashing a lot, and sometimes people are going to contest you. And you want to be able to get the opportunity to be able to get that ball back and just go straight back up. A 75 defensive rebound, again, you still have silver rebound chaser. You're 6'10. You have that vertical of 82. You're going to be fine. Now, the first build I made about the 6'10, it actually had a 50 strength, but I know everyone in the comment section is always flaming me about, like, not having strength in the build. So I tweaked it for you guys. So this build has a 71. So with a 71 strength, bearing in mind this build is at the small forward position. You're making it at small forward. A lot of times, if you're someone that plays rec solo, even if you play the park, for example, the game will put you either as a shooting guard, a small forward, or the power forward. So the game would never actually put you at the center position because you're at small forward. meaning you're never ever gonna play a center. So and with a 71 strength, you're gonna be able to hold your own against a lot of power forwards, and if the game puts you at shooting guard or small forward, you're literally gonna bully a lot of these guards with the worm animations. So now let's go back to the the most impressive stats about this build, which is the finishing. Now I don't really see a lot of 6'10s with Hall of Fame limitless takeoff, which even though like the build can get it, so it's kind of weird to me. I mean, let me know what you guys think, why people aren't making a build like this. I think this build is very good. And also, if you think about the standing dunk, going back to my offensive rebound point as well, when you get your second chance points, you want to be able to make sure you're dunking on centers. Now, if you guys don't know this already, with an 80 standing dunk, you get the big man contact dunk, which is basically allows you to posterize, like get like an actual standing dunk animation posters underneath the paint. Now, if you're 6'9" and below, I don't think it's worth going to an 80 standing dunk. But I think if you're 6'10" and above and you don't have an 80 standing dunk, I mean, bro, like what are you doing? You're literally missing a very good opportunity to be able to just posterize dudes when you're like underneath the rim. Also, you have a very good driving layup. And also this is also to help you with your badge spread. As you guys can see, if I'm changing this, it's also changing my badge points on the top right. And the most impressive thing about this build, you have a 96 driving dunk. So if you don't know, with a 96 driving dunk, you get a gold posterizer, Hall of Fame Aero Wizard, underrated, gold Slithery, also underrated. You also have like Hall of Fame Giant Slayer. I don't know how often Giant Slayer is going to activate on a 6'10 build. And you also get Silver Rise Up. So this is a very good finishing build. You're going to be a fast break demon. If you catch the ball on the closeout and someone like overly play you up or something, you have silver quick first step, you have nice dribble moves, you also have silver unblockable. So it's not like anyone can easily strip you on this build. You're gonna have a lot of fun on this build, man. Honestly, I think it's a super fun build where you don't have to worry too much about the ball handling. You're not the primary ball handler, but you can dribble on this build. Looking at the stats as well. And again, like I said, the strength, the speed, and the acceleration, 81 and 79. So you're going to be fast with the ball, and you're also going to be fast without the ball. And with the 82 vertical, again, if you guys don't know this by now, 82 is all you need to basically get access to all the contact animations in the game, especially if you have a 96 96 driving dunk. Also with limitless takeoff and Hall of Fame, what you guys don't know about this as well is you don't have to use the dunk meter. Don't get me wrong, if you're good with the dunk meter, you're going to be very overpowered with this anyway, but you don't have to use the dunk meter to use limitless takeoff. It just allows you to start your dunk from a lot further, so you'll be able to activate all the dunks like that. I don't think you can get MJ on this, but all the dunks that can start from like massive range, like you're going to be dunking like crazy on this build. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Okay, this is a very well balanced build. Let me know what you guys think about this build. I mean, what would you tweak? I know some of you guys might tweak the offensive rebound, but again, not just my play style. I know I like to, I'm a triple double guy. Every time I make my builds, I like to make sure my builds always get triple doubles. But this is just also to think about the play style of this build. You're 6'10", like why would you make? I don't get people that make 6'10" or 6'11" builds and they don't have rebounding, bro. You need to be able to get some boards, bro. Like, come on, man. And also, again, like I mentioned earlier, if you miss your dunks or your driving layup gets contested, you have a very great opportunity to be able to just get your rebound back up and then just dunk on whoever's in there, whether it's a center or not. And also, when it comes to the takeovers, you get the shooting takeover, you get the slashing takeover, obviously, you get the lock takeover, which is also really nice, and you get the rebounding takeover. Now, if you guys don't know about the rebounding takeover, I'm going to drop another video very soon, and I'm going to explain to you guys the most overpowered rebounding takeover you need to be using to make you a more annoying rebounder for your team. But here are the takeovers on the build. I think it's very well balanced. I really personally like this build. Obviously, right now your boy is I've got like 13 builds. 2K is taking all my money, bro. I can't keep making builds for 2K. But I know some of you guys out there are still thinking of new builds to make. So hopefully this is gonna sort of help you guys out. Again, you can always tweak the builds. You don't have to make it exactly the way I made it. If you feel like you want more 3-ball, for example, you can lower the strength to a 60, put it more towards your 3-point rating if you want like an 80+ 3-ball. But I don't think you need an 80+. But again, it's just down to you. Don't have to make it exactly the way I'm making it. It's just a good like starting point, really, for the way you make your builds. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let's change that to the easy blow by. Of course, that's the most takeover for slashers. And the name of the build, which again, I quite like the name of this build, is called an athletic finisher. I mean, what more would you possibly want? You got, the shades of LeBron, Scottie Barnes, and Scottie Pippen. It doesn't get any better than that. But this is essentially an athletic finisher build. I think it's a very good build. I mean, you guys let me know why you think guys aren't making 6'10s anymore. I know some of you guys are going to be like, I've got a 6'10, but I don't see them in the rec no more, man. It's almost like they're going extinct for some reason. The 6'9 and 6'8s are just running everyone out the game. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that one, and I will catch you in the next one.